Okay, hi everyone. Thanks again for checking out another one of my YouTube videos. Another 5 Image Friday. Now, this is the third one up now. It's 3 weeks since we started. Got my glasses on today, so hopefully that's okay. It's not affecting the focus. I'm actually using this the Fuji app. I don't know if you can see that in there at all. Just to check, the focus and headroom and all that kind of stuff. So giving that a try, which is working great. I'm filming on the X Pro 2. If anyone's interested in what I actually use to film these, I've got a couple of X Pro 2s I use at weddings, so I'm just going to use, I'm using one to film all my YouTube videos, so if anyone's interested. This week then, I've got another 5 images obviously. I'm going to talk, these are kind of 5 older images from like the last year or even 2 years ago, some of them. I've been going through, been sort of archiving a few hard drives, been going through a few bits and pieces. I'm putting together a few images collections as well, just images that I've loved from the last however long. So I thought it's a great opportunity to pick out 5 for a few 5 Image Fridays. And yeah, so I've just picked 5 sort of, they're from when for at least a year ago, some were up to 2 years ago, but they I still absolutely love them. So yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy these. There's a mixed variety, to be honest, all kinds. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I like the images so much, what was going through my head when I took them, the kit I used, if I can remember as well, and anything else I think might be useful for anyone out there who's going to watch. So yeah, thanks again for checking out another one. Like I say, there's another 2 up if you want to have a look at those on the channel. I'll link down below to my website, all my information. If you've got any requests for 5 Image Fridays, anything you want to know, just yeah, drop me a message using the email below or through the website, or just drop a comment on the video. It'd be great if you could subscribe. I think I've got 4 subscribers now, which is a whole huge number, I'm sure. But it'd be great to have a few more, obviously. And if you're interested in any of these images or how I shot them or learn anything about that, please subscribe, and obviously you'll get notified of the next videos. I'm still working on the going to the GF Smith factory for the tour there, which I've mentioned previously. So that'll be good. I'm also going to do a gear video. I've got a wedding a week on Saturday. I'm going to the Lake District actually, so I'll be packing a little bit differently. So I will do a quick video while I'm packing for that of my kit. I know people all love that sort of stuff. I love seeing other people's kit videos, so I'm going to record a video on that. So that'll be out in the next week or 2. Tuesday night, just gone. If you had a look on my Insta stories, I actually did a little video, sort of promo video. So I got 2 local videographers came and did a bit of a video. I photographed bride and groom over at Hardwick Hall. So that was really good, fun. So that'll be coming out soon as well. Just a little, short, minute-long sort of promo video. So you'll see that on the YouTube channel as well as obviously all my other platforms. So yeah, please subscribe, please like this video. Any questions, drop them in the comments below. And let's take a look at the screen. Okay, so this is the first image. I've literally just recorded this already, and then the mic didn't work for some reason, so it's really annoying. But this is the first image then of the 5 images I want to talk about. This one, I absolutely love it. It's obviously bride prep, so you can see the bride there, Chloe, in her sort of robe, the name on date and stuff there. This is at Alton Hall, which is near Leeds in Yorkshire. If you've been at all, the lovely rooms here. Like, I don't know if this is a bridal suite or just one of the rooms, not sure, but it's a really big room, a little dressing area, and really, really nice. It's got light in from 2 sides, maybe even more. Yeah, I think 2 sides. Nice big windows, so you can see the light is really, really nice. I love this so much. She's just been opening gifts, some from the groom and from the other bridesmaids and stuff, and she was obviously really happy. You can see the smile on her face. I love this. She's squeezing her mum in here, nice and close. You can see she's got a new shoe there in her hand. You can see the other bridesmaids and the flower girl as well, just in the picture. You'll notice a trend in these images, and probably in a lot that I take actually, where I've got someone sort of, framing a little bit at the front there, someone, a person or an item, object or something. I do really like that. It's sort of my style a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I just love this, like the squeezing in with the mum there into the face, and the smiling and the laughing. The lighting, it's just, yeah, really, really nice. I've got a few pictures like before and after this as well. She's reading a letter and crying, which is also a really nice picture, but this one just stood out for me when I was looking through them, that, squeezing her in there. Obviously Chloe's like got her hair and makeup done now, she's looking amazing there. It's just so nice, like yeah, I just love it. That squeezing in and the facial expressions are what make it for me. I really liked it. I actually tried this in black and white as well. It does still work quite nicely, but I think because a lot of it's white anyway, there's not much difference. There's a bit of colour in the walls. I actually quite like it in the colour, so I stuck with it in the colour in the end. But yeah, I really like this image. So this is actually from the same wedding. They actually got a horse and cart from Moulton Hall to the church. It's just around the corner. And then they've come to this church. There's over 200 people, no exaggeration, in this church. It was absolutely packed. A huge wedding, or fairly big, over 200 people all day, and then even more in the evenings. This is a wedding I mentioned in my very first podcast, actually. They actually got on the tables, they were dancing, there was a singer during the meal. It was absolutely fantastic, like such a great atmosphere, some good partying in the evening as well. Now, this is an image I always try and capture, obviously. If I can be at the front, if the vicar lets me, I'll be at the front for the ceremony as the bride enters. A quick tip for all the brides, if anyone does listen, try and take your time walking down the aisle, enjoy that walk. I know you're nervous and everyone's looking at you, but take a bit of time. Your photographer will thank you, I promise, because we get this opportunity to get these kind of photos. And I'll obviously go just after this shot. I then went focused on the bride and got both sort of parts of that. So it was really nice. But yeah, I love this. The groom obviously got emotional, hand up to his face there, shedding a bit of a tear. I love that everyone else is out of focus, so you can tell it's a bride obviously walking down with the dad, but it's out of focus, so your eye and your concentration goes straight to the groom here. I love it in black and white. I tried it in both, but I just think just putting in color just distracted from things. I love it in black and white. I just think it works so well. I'll always get this shot anyway. Obviously, I'll always try as best I can. If the vicar will let me be at the front and in the middle, when the bride enters, this is what I'm going to do. And I love this shot, but sometimes, depending on where the groom looks or how he's feeling and what's going on, it doesn't always work. But this is just fantastic. I think with his hand up there, and yeah, I really, really like this image. It was a fantastic wedding, actually. Long day. I think I was there for over 15 hours. A lot going on, but it was just absolutely fantastic. Great party. Very nice couple. Okay, image number 3 then. So it's another wedding here it was actually at Bardon Tower, Priest House, which is a venue in Skipton in the Dales. Really, really nice venue. Again, a super long day. I think the ceremony was 11:30, which obviously is quite early. And yeah, I was just there, for a long, long time, but it was so good. There's actually a shot later on from this wedding, which is of the evening do with the bride dancing, which I absolutely love. And this is this is great. So this is actually the bride's father with his hand up there. Obviously one of the guests, and then another one of the guests like looking in at him. Again, a person at the front here, so you can see that it fits in with me again, sort of framed it with that person. This was shot maybe on Nikon, because it might have even been before I changed to Fuji. I'm not sure. Sorry, I didn't mention cameras and stuff before. This one was definitely on Nikon, I think, because it was way before I changed to Fuji, but I might be wrong. This will have been on probably the 35mm, I'm guessing. This one would be 35mm as well. Again, probably on the Nikon. This image I'm not sure about, because it may have been when I changed to Fuji by then, but I think it may have been Nikon. But again, it would have been 35mm or 23mm on the Fuji, 35mm equivalent. Quite a common focal length for me, but yeah, I love the framing of this. This is a sort of shot where I just want to know what's going on, and it makes me want, okay, what were they cheersing about, what were the hand up, what were they excited about? And I think images like that are great, because you look back at this and think, what was going on there? They'll obviously the bride and groom obviously know the bride's dad and this guest, and they'll probably be able to work out maybe what was going on. And I love the kind of symmetry a bit there with both hands up, the out of focus guest at the front here, and it just really works for me. This was actually, so they got married at the Bardon Tower, like I said. They came back to the groom's parents' house. They had like a field at the back of the house, and they put this marquee up, and they did it all DIY. So the marquee was obviously put up by a company, but the rest they'd sort of done themselves, and I really, really loved it. I've actually had a sample album made of this wedding. So I've got a really nice like leather 12x12 album from this wedding with about 120 pictures in, I think. And I just absolutely loved the day. It was so good. The weather was great. Katie and Dom, quite young, like 24, maybe something like that, I would guess. Such a nice couple. They've been together, I think, since they were like 16. So good to see them. Like, they were so happy. Great, like really great couple. And the day was fantastic. The party was crazy. So yeah, but I just love this shot. It just stood out for me. You know, as I flick through, oftentimes there will just be something jump out that I just really like. I'm glad the kind of composition works quite nicely on this. So I love it. Okay, next image. This is definitely on the Fuji. So I remember the day. It wasn't that long ago. The Fuji will have been the X Pro 2, of course, and the 23mm, which is the 35mm equivalent. I just love this image again. When as I was flicking through and editing and stuff, this just jumped out at me. This is the bride with her back to us here, and obviously the guests there squeezing in, eyes closed, one of those really big hugs. I think the guests make this as well. I wanted to frame them, obviously, and fill the frame with this cuddle, but I wanted to also, I think, adding in, you know, there's certainly this lady on the right here looking in and smiling, the gentleman on the left, the other guest behind. I love the depth, and there's a bit more going on, but it's still, you know, mostly about this cuddle in the middle. It works me really well in black and white. I loved it. I looked at it obviously in both, but it works great. This was actually at Bath House, which is quite a new wedding venue. I think they've only done a couple of weddings there. It's near Beverley in Hull. And yeah, so they've got this marquee outside. They've got a house behind as well, and they've got like a barn on the left. They actually got married at the registry office, but then came here and they did like a big confetti run thing, and such a great wedding. Really relaxed couple, really, really nice. The groom's actually a wedding photographer as well, so they were just fantastic all day, to be perfectly honest, and it was a great wedding. But yeah, I love this. The eyes closed, black and white, the guests looking in as well. I'm really, really happy with this. Again, yeah, 35mm focal length, I think I said. So I'm in reasonably close, but yeah, I just absolutely love this. Okay, last image of the 5. Again, this is from that wedding in the marquee, which we saw. So this is now the bride. You can see the dad that we actually looked at before, the bride's dad on the left here. This is the groom on the right. I love this image. The party was crazy. There's actually a photo of this from this same party on my website. It's the one where the bride is like on the shoulders, the groom's on someone else's shoulders. Groom's actually like got about 3 buttons under, I think, on his shirt. So they're trying to take his shirt off. It was absolutely amazing, like great band and a really great night. I toyed with this in black and white and colour as well, because the marquee's white, the dress is white, the shirt on the front here is white. Like the colour just detracted from it, to be honest. There wasn't much that the colour brought, so I just love this in black and white. The bride looking in at dad there, the smile, the guest sort of lifting up the dress. This guest on the right, laughing is really nice, and I love that it's framed with the groom and the bride's dad as well. This is just one of those shots, when you look and you think, I really want to be there. It looks like a great party. It looks like they're having a blast. I want to be part of it, and that's really something that I look for in a sort of wedding reception in the evening part shot. You just want to be there at a party, and I've got a lot of good images from this, to be honest, this evening. I really loved it. But this is just one of my favourites, again, that stood out. The framing, the composition. Again, this was probably on 16mm on the Fuji, or if I was still on Nikon at this point, I can't remember, it would have been like a 24mm. Okay, 16mm on the Fuji is 24mm equivalent in full frame. So usually on the dance floor, because it's quite tight, I'm trying to, I'm sort of shooting all directions. It's usually quite tight, maybe a smaller space. There's a lot going on. I want to be a little bit wider, to be honest, depending on the venue, but I want to be a bit wider, so I do tend to go towards a 24mm-ish range. And yeah, I don't know, I love it. The only thing I'd say is it might be quite good to go slightly to the left here if I could, and get more of the guest laughing there, because she's just cut off slightly. But for me, yeah, for me, it's really about the bride there, her face, her smiling, and then the guests just add to that. And I just absolutely love it. I think it's one of my favourite, actually, evening shots that I've taken in a long time. Really, really love it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Another 5 images. I tried to give a little bit more insight, so watch the other 2 back, and I think I probably don't talk enough about the image, actually, about, the whole point of this video is obviously talk a bit about not just the kit I use, but actually why I took it, why I love it so much, why I've picked it out for the video. So hopefully, I've tried to do that a little bit more this week, so hopefully that's come across. But yeah, any improvements, anything, you'd like to see in the future, again, just drop me a comment below. Like, as I said before, please subscribe, like this video, and if there's anything you want to know about me, my website link's below. Just take a look at my website. Thanks again, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.